What's up, Haven Knights? So, I know this isn't the typical video that y'all get from us, but it was something I kind of wanted to talk about. For those of y'all that have been watching Shop Talk for a while, y'all kind of know my story a little bit. Been collecting since, for almost 40 years now. I've had a ton of comic books go through these hands. I've read a ton of books over the years. And one thing that I've noticed over almost 40 years of collecting, it's always the same question. It doesn't matter if the person is brand new to the hobby or if the person's been collecting for as long as I have. It's always the same question. What do I read next? I hear that a lot from everybody. I even hear that I'm burned out on this, I'm burned out on that, I'm sick and tired of this, what can I read next? I still got a passion for the hobby, I just don't know what to read. So I got to thinking about it, and I wanted to cover some books that are currently on the shelves, books that are very easy to get your hands on, and we're going to focus solely on Marvel for this particular video. And depending on how this one goes, we'll probably do one for DC and Indies. I'll probably end up doing those anyway. So I kind of wanted to touch base on some of that stuff with y'all and kind of let y'all know where I'm at, and then hopefully give some suggestions to the collectors out there that are kind of in a rut, or to the newbie out there who's just getting started, who, I mean, let's face it, sometimes walking into a comic book store for the first time can be a little intimidating because you really and truly don't know what you're looking for. And if you're a parent taking your child for the first time and the parent doesn't know anything about it, you got two people walking in. And that's really, really and truly where a good LCS comes into play. They can help you find something, but hopefully this will help out too. For everybody, from the first time collector all the way to the big boys who've been collecting for 1,000 years like I have. So let's get started. Like I said, we're going to focus solely on Marvel, and I've got 5 titles picked out for y'all. Right off the bat, it's a big surprise. I know everybody's going to be shocked by this. We're going to go with the current Daredevil run. So Chip Zdarsky has been writing Daredevil for a while now, and he just finished up his run. I believe Salen is taking over. For those of you that are familiar with his work, he's worked on Spider-Man Beyond some. I am interested in seeing what direction he's going to go in. If you're really and truly wanting an outstanding run to really check out, you should start off with Daredevil #1. This one picks up right after... Hold one second. Let's look, because I'm about to prove a quick little point on how easy some of this stuff is. Yes, these are all trades. I didn't read way too much. Not that one, though. Here we go. This is the one I'm looking for. This particular Daredevil run actually picks up right after Devil's Reign. You can pick up the Devil's Reign trade paperback. This is an amazing book. You really and truly don't need to know a lot about the Daredevil character himself at this point, just to kind of jump into it. As far as Daredevil is concerned, yes, he is a little bit on the darker side, especially in the Zdarsky run, but it's just an amazing run because Zdarsky really and truly builds us out a new world between Daredevil and Elektra, something that he takes it to a level that we haven't seen before, even though Daredevil's been amazing since like 1964 when he first debuted. But Daredevil has been a really great run under Zdarsky. Now, this video is probably going to come out around mid-August, I think. You still have time. The Salen run is, I'm probably pronouncing his last name wrong, sorry. That is actually scheduled to begin in September, and that will start with a brand new #1. It'll be like Legacy 600 or something. So that would be a good time to jump on it. But if you're looking for something current that you can binge read and really check out, I would say start with Daredevil, Devil's Reign, and then if you really like that and you want to see which direction it goes afterwards, you could go with the next Chip Zdarsky run after that. And I believe this was 25 issues. And the trades are out there. I know they're out there. It wouldn't be too difficult for your LCS. If you're local to the area, I kind of know a guy. But I highly recommend Daredevil. Daredevil's just been great since the beginning, but Chip Zdarsky took Daredevil to a whole new level. Zdarsky Honestly, as far, you know what, let's just go ahead and go full blown sacrilege. I've said this in the past. I'm saying it again. I stand by it 100%. As far as Daredevil's concerned, Zdarsky's name deserves to be up there with Stan Lee, with Roy Thomas, with those guys. Zdarsky did a fantastic job with Daredevil, and if you did not read it, now would be a great time because you can kind of jump on Devil's Reign and go all the way up. He did write some before Devil's Reign, but Devil's Reign would be a really good jumping off point, and then get those next 25 issues after that. It's just been a whole lot of fun, really good stuff. In fact, the best version of Spider-Man that you will see, current Spider-Man. Next up, we have Fantastic Four. This is the current Ryan North run. Ryan North literally started this out by saying that the Fantastic Four is a family of adventurers, and he wanted to get back to that, and has done a really great job with it. The literally the way this new series starts off, we start off with Ben and Alicia, and then in issue 2, I believe we had Reed and Sue, and then in issue 3 we had Johnny Storm, little solo outing, and then in issue 4 he brings the band back together. And this started out really good because all we know is something happened in New York and everybody hates the Fantastic Four. Well, he does get us there to let us know what happened in New York. It's been beautifully written. For those of you that have been Fantastic Four fans for a while, you'll understand what I'm about to say. But in this particular series, Ryan North does what no one else has ever done. He finally gets us to Aunt Petunia's house. And it's just been really good. The stories are not on a cosmic level. There was, I believe we're on issue 10 is what we're up to. There was one kind of like space issue, and it was a self-contained story in one issue, and it was really, really good. I highly recommend Fantastic Four, the Ryan North run. And, something else that I actually had somebody ask me this a few weeks ago is, because I'm not a big fan of the current Spider-Man run. I don't know a lot of people that are. And Spider-Man should really and truly be Marvel's, cornerstone. That should be their flagship book. No. Marvel's flagship books are right here. With Zdarsky stepping away from Daredevil, and that's leaving us with nothing but Ryan North on Fantastic Four. At the rate Ryan North is going, Fantastic Four will be Marvel's flagship book once again. It's just been that good. Don't sleep on it. It's only up to issue 10. I know issue 1 is pretty hard to find, and you might have to pay up for it some. But, I mean, that is kind of the game that we're in. But every single issue, it just keeps getting better and better and better and better. Ryan North never had to find his footing with these characters. He literally started off great and has maintained it from all the way through. Next up, we have Moon Knight, issue number 1. This right here is from the Jed MacKay series. We're actually up to issue 25, and we're getting ready to start Knight's End. I don't know exactly where they're getting ready to go with it, but Jed MacKay, almost like Ryan North, has given us a Moon Knight that we can actually be proud of. It hasn't gone all completely and totally psychosis with the DID that he has. And for those of you that don't understand what I just said, in the last Moon Knight series, things got a little weird, especially when he was facing the Sun King or whatever he was. But this one has been a lot more down to earth. This actually takes place after the Age of Khonshu, which is another trade paperback that I highly recommend. In fact, I would say go ahead and I'm looking for it. I think it's in this stack somewhere. Oh well. I would say go ahead and pick up Age of Khonshu, read that, and then jump into Moon Knight. It's been another great read. It's been more of like a local level in New York. Moon Knight's job is to protect the Night Traveler, to protect the people that that he feels are his, and he does protect them from vampires, werewolves, psychopaths, all that good stuff. It's just been a really good read. Right now we're finishing up. We should be getting ready to finish up with Spectre, Black Spectre, I believe. and then that should start Night's End, or Black Spectre might have something to do with Night's End. We don't know just yet. I know that there's several people that are worried that McKay is going to kill Moon Knight at the end of this one, but one of the things about that is the Fist of Khonshu, they have died multiple times, so it would be nothing for him to die and then Khonshu bring him back, even though Khonshu is actually imprisoned on Asgard after what happened in Age of Khonshu, which that's Age of Khonshu and Devil's Reign are probably, I'm going to say, the two best trade back paperbacks that you can buy. I said it, I stand by it. If you don't agree with me, argue with me down in the comments section. I will stand by those two books 100%. Just the collective works in the trade. Just a great story. But Moon Knight has been really good. This is this particular series by McKay. It would be good for the person who's just wanting to get into Moon Knight, who's trying to figure it all out, instead of going all the way back to the beginning. This is a really good jumping off point, and it's still a new book. It's only 25 issues. If you liked it that much, you could track down all 25 issues pretty easily. And it's just been solid storytelling, one after another after another. Just a great run by McKay. McKay is very possibly the only writer out there that could make me care about the character Tigra. Believe it or not, for those of you that have been around for a while, you just probably went, huh? But that's the truth. I mean, really and truly, I never thought I'd be like, hey, we need to get back to that Tigra storyline. And he does it in this one. Just a fantastic read. Side note, if you're wanting something a little different, find your local artist at your LCS and get them to do something cool on your backing boards. This was actually done by Tom Price, just a quick sketch. Just because I just wanted a little something to spice up my Moon Knight #1. Next up, and I've said this a lot, and I'll still say it a lot. The Star Wars books are really and truly starting to lose me. Well, I said they're not starting to lose me. They are losing me. Part of the problem is I feel like they're just dragging it out, and I'm ready to get to Jedi. And for those of you that don't understand what I'm talking about, the series takes place in between the movies. Right now, we're currently in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I'm ready to get to Jedi so we can see which direction they go in after that, because after that, the sky's the limit. I mean, there's no telling what's going to happen. I'm hoping we make it to Chris Space. But out of the entire run right now, Darth Vader, I didn't go digging around to find a Darth Vader #1. I just grabbed the current one. I do have it. They're on issue 37, and it's been, Darth Vader has actually been one of Marvel's better comic books. I literally picked what I feel like is Marvel's 5 best books right now, and Vader is definitely one of them. I know there's a couple of people, I'll get to some honorable mentions for y'all, but Vader has been solid through and through. It's just been a good read. It's a good read for the Star Wars fans. It would be a good read for someone that's just wanting to get into Star Wars comic books. There's really other than this Dark Droids and then a couple of other like events that they've done, there's really and truly no crossover. You could still read this without reading all of Dark Droids. I highly recommend Darth Vader for the Star Wars fans or someone who's just wanting to get into Star Wars comics. And then let's just kind of see where the others go. I'm not a big fan of some of the other titles. A couple of titles, honestly, they could stop producing them right now and it would not faze me a bit. That's how little I think of them. The main Star Wars run did dip off, but it's starting to come back. It's starting to get good again. We'll just have to wait and see. But Vader, this has not dipped on any level. It's really been solid this entire run. And what they do is with the Star Wars comics, we literally had, and we'll just give you all this kind of like the brief nutshell version. We had Luke destroys the Death Star, Luke and Han do, and Luke destroys the Death Star. Han just kind of gave him some cover fire before anybody gets all tore up. That's actually where Star Wars started. It goes issue 1. They ran it all the way up to 50. 50 led us into Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back ended. They started over with a new #1. It was the same thing with Vader. They started over with a new #1 after Empire Strikes Back. I'm pretty sure they're going to run us up to 50 issues That'll take us all the way up to Jedi, which should get us to at least C-3PO and R2-D2 getting dropped off and headed to Jabba's palace for Jedi, and then we'll see where they go after that. Vader's story does run parallel to all of this, but his story is also a different story. It's just been very well done. After Jedi, could they carry on Vader? Yeah, I think they could. Just, it would be like an Untold Tales, Lost Things, something like that. But I highly recommend Vader. This has just been really good. Like I said, I think enough of Vader to put it in my top 5 current Marvel runs. Last but not least, and this might be a little bit of a specialty book for some folks, and I've got tons of them back there. I'm not going to go, I just wanted to go dig through and just grab the latest one, and that is the current Alien run. Kind of keeping my finger over the cover, over the number, because the number really doesn't matter. With what they're doing, the author on Darth Vader is Greg Pak. He's done a great job. And the author on Alien, Chalvet, I know I'm mispronouncing his name. It just is what it is. But he's done a really good job. And what they've done is Marvel has actually started this 20th Century Studios, and some books are getting produced under that, which has been really cool. I have enjoyed that. I kind of like a subsidiary of Marvel, maybe. I don't know. It was something that just kind of showed up one day. And if there's like press releases or stuff, I don't, like I said, I don't pay attention to half that stuff. But what they've done is, you literally, if you're a fan of the Alien franchise, or if you're just wanting something different, the way they do it is you have 6 issues, then a break. 6 issues and a break. They're doing it like the independent scenes do, like your AWAs and your Mad Caves, which we're going to do another video on those guys. But that's what they're doing with Alien. Now, we all know, for Alien fan, we're not looking for anybody to survive these stories. We're really and truly not. It's about the xenomorph. It's about the aliens. That's why we're reading them. But Chalvet has done a fantastic job writing these series. Like I said, 6 issues, month or 2 break. 6 issues, month or 2 break. So you don't have to keep reading to get the entire story. This particular one, this one was 5 issues. This one actually just ended just a few weeks ago. So I'm guessing that we will probably get our next Alien book probably in October. I don't know. I would have to look. And then we'll have 5 or 6 issues. So I would start looking for that on shelves about then. But if you're wanting to jump into it now, each 5 or 6 issue story arc has been its own self-contained thing. So like I said, just find the current story arc, jump into it. Really good story, really solid. These are my top 5 Marvel books as of right now. If you're wanting a limited series, I say check out Moon Knight City of the Dead. That was really good. And as far as a couple of honorable mentions are concerned, one thing like The Bug, what she reads, she's really enjoying Scarlet Witch. I know a lot of people that are really enjoying the Scarlet Witch run. I don't know if it's ongoing or a miniseries. I think it might be just a miniseries. But I know a lot of people are enjoying that one. I just personally have not read it yet, even though every single one of them are in the house. I know that Josh up at Haven is really enjoying the current Spider-Man Miles Morales run. I want to throw those out there. And, Josh is like me. He's not going to recommend something just to get y'all to go out and buy a book. He wants to recommend something that y'all would enjoy. And if he's telling people, hey, this is a really good book, you might want to pay attention to him. He's mentioned it a few times on Shop Talk. If we can ever get The Bug on here, probably not, she would tell you about Scarlet Witch. I mean, it's a really good book that she's enjoying, and I know Josh is enjoying that one as well. Those are my 2 honorable mentions, Scarlet Witch and Spider-Man Miles Morales. Don't forget, if you just want a mini-series, I would check out Moon Knight City of the Dead. If you're local to our area, all you got to do is reach out to Josh or myself, either through Facebook or just stop by Haven one Saturday and talk to Josh. He can point you in the right direction if you're a new collector, or even if you're an old collector that's just looking for something new to read that you have not read before, or in some cases even revisit a character that you have not read in a long time, we're not going to steer you wrong on that. If you're not local to our area and you're somewhere else, find you an LCS. Believe it or not, that guy behind the counter actually wants to tell you a good book to read. The guy that says, "Hey, how y'all doing there? You looking for anything?" That majority of the time, folks are just like, "No, I'm just looking." He wants to tell y'all about this stuff because if he can turn y'all on to a good book that y'all like, that'll help him out because you'll want to come back. Those guys aren't going to steer you clear. Yeah, we're comic book nerds. We're old. We're bald. We're fat. We're weird. There's something wrong with every single one of us on some level because I'm almost 50 and I still read comic books. But I'm not going to lie to you because I want you to enjoy it. Josh is the same way. Those guys at the other LCSs, they're the same way. They want y'all to enjoy it. So, I mean, don't be afraid to go in and just talk to these people. Even if you're a long-time collector, go into your LCS and be like, "Hey, dude, look, I saw this bald fat nerd from Alabama on YouTube that was telling me about this Moon Knight run. Why are you holding out on me?" Go put him on the spot. They'll tell you all about it because I'm pretty sure the LCS owners read it too. That's really all I have for this video. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up, share it out to your friends, hit the subscribe button. I plan on doing a few more videos like this, kind of breaking down, and maybe I'm not big on spec collecting. I'm not big on stuff like that. What I'm actually telling y'all about are books that I'm reading myself. And if I don't like a book, I'm going to tell you. I mean, like I said, I picked 5 books. There's still plenty of books that Marvel has out there that I just don't like at all, but I'm just not going to recommend those books. If you like them, so be it. I'm not even going to trash them because, that may be your thing, and I'm not going to, down what you like. These are just my 5 personal favorite books from Marvel right now. Maybe in a couple weeks we'll do one with DC, and then we'll start looking at some independents, and we'll just kind of see how this book goes, how this series goes. And if y'all like it, hey, leave me a comment. Tell me what you like. If y'all want me to review a particular book, you can even do that. I've been known to pick up stuff. Like I said, if you're local to the area, holler at me. I'll tell you some really good stuff out there. But other than that, hey, y'all have a good one, have a safe one, and we will see y'all soon.